Hi, I'm Chase from Fender.
Hey, I'm Gina from the band Baroness.
And we are here to take a closer look at the Full Moon Distortion from Fender. The Full Moon Distortion is our high gain distortion pedal. It's in an anodized aluminum enclosure. It has backlit LED knobs so you can turn it on or off so you can see your settings at a glance. It has an LED Amp Jewel, so it looks like a Fender amp on your pedal board. And then it has the magnetic latching battery door on the front for quick changes of 9-volt batteries. The Full Moon Distortion is our first step into really high gain distortion. It's geared towards players who are looking for that next level of saturation. It has a flexible 3-band EQ with a high treble trim. What the high treble does is it is a low pass filter, just like your tone control on your guitar, where when you have it all the way up, you're getting your full guitar's spectrum through, and as you roll it back, you reduce some of the high end that comes through, so you can dial in and out some of that sizzle and top end. There's a texture switch that lets you go back and forth between symmetrical to asymmetrical clipping, and then a bite switch that adds gain to higher frequencies at the beginning of the gain stages, so that way your pick attack is a little more prominent and some of the upper harmonics stand out a little bit more. There's also an onboard boost that's after the gain stages, so you can basically take the tone you dialed in and bump it up for solo sections or to get louder in certain sections of what you're playing. And overall, it's a pretty flexible, versatile, high gain distortion pedal.
Yeah, I think the Full Moon is great for just like your main drive tone. For me, I like to use like a compressor, a low drive, something more like high gain, and then maybe into a fuzz. This I could see using is just like your main tone for just like high gain distortion. I really like that there's a low pass filter on there. Just gives you like all that much more control over your tone. And then being able to switch between symmetrical and asymmetrical clipping is really cool, because typically when you're picking out like your main drive, you're choosing between one or the other. So it's cool that you have both on here. And I think the boost is a great function too for a live performance setting. If you need to boost your volume for solo, or just like, a little lead part, you don't want to have a big shift in your tone or like add fuzz or add some other element. You just want like pure volume. Like you said, it comes after the gain stage and it's just going to give you that little boost. So it's pretty cool that you don't need a second pedal to do that necessarily. It's like right on there.
So let's see what some of these things sound like. If we bypass it, what is the clean sound?
Yeah. So right now our gain is pretty low, and already you get that like really nice growl. It's pretty cool. Cool.
So what we did there was crank the gain all the way up.
Right.
We have the texture switch in symmetrical clipping, so it's a little bit softer clipping. We scooped out some of the mids and rolled off some of the high end, so it controlled some of that sizzle, but you still get that really heavy rumble distorter guitar. Something that I found really cool with this is if you flip the bite switch up from that setting, you can bring out the pick attack. So if you play something that's a little bit heavier, a little faster playing, you still maintain that articulation of what you want to hear out of your playing. Yeah, so
it's a big difference.
Yeah, it lets your guitar pop out of the mix a little bit more if you're playing with a band that has a ton of gain going and you're very loud. That lets your guitar stand out a little bit. And the texture switch will do a similar thing. So if we go back to the bite switch disengaged and then play with the symmetrical clipping, I'll switch it to asymmetrical clipping so you can hear how that makes your guitar pop out.
Cool.
So between the texture switch and the 3-band EQ and the high treble control, you can really get the Full Moon to fit into any guitar and amp situation.
Thanks for checking out the Full Moon Distortion with us, and keep an eye out for some more videos.